blind's on, I can't turn it off. Late nights and I'm turning up. Hate life, then I learn to love. Down and out, now I'm way above. I always knew I had it, now I'm living out my dreams. Treat that money like an addict, it's a habit, I'm a fiend. Feeling that rush, rocket ready to launch. Hands up, ready and gone, been waiting too long. Trust on plenty, that's wrong. Old me's dead and that's gone, thank God I'm headstrong. I don't wanna wake up with a doubt that I show 'em everything I'm about. I ain't never going out, I ain't never getting for no clout. Now I'm sitting pretty on the ground, my
say I'm up now, I'm up now. 20,000 on a bus down, a bus down. I'm on my way up, going up now, and I ain't never gonna touch down, touch down. And I ain't never gonna. I ain't never gonna touch down. No, I ain't never gonna touch down. I'm up now, 20,000 on a bus down, a bus down. I'm on my way up, going up now, and I ain't never gonna touch down, yeah.
Yeah. MD, JPB, it's only right, baby.
Yeah, why you mad? I got a bag, bro. Name hot in these streets, no Tabasco. But I'm so stubbed, that's a fact, yo. And if you think I'm frontin', you can run it back, yo. Go on, run it back.
You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah. You know. I said, damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, let's go.
Look. I told Shorty drop it for a real one. Yeah. Go ahead and pop it, let me feel some. Do it for the boy with a bag now. Movie star money making everybody act out. I don't lie to these women, if I want them, then I tell them. Don't get fly for these women, I was born with these propellers. All my haters cannot beat me, so I call them acapellas. See, I'm only getting better, you only get jealous.
You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night.
You know, I had this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah. MD, JPB. You already know, baby. Yeah. I said, I already done it. Everything you wanna do, I already. You know that yeah. I said, you know that yeah. Damn, it's gonna be a long night.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want now. This ain't what you want. Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine it.
Complex there in front of the net, just taking the 50. Now he throws one on. Tech 7 does get the read. Complex get a shot on. He does, top corner. Complex coast to coast from the save to the goal on the other end. And gets a shot off in the meantime.
Is that on net off the post? Chalupa's there! It's in the net! Chalupa! We are in golden goal territory. Sui now trying to go for a solo play, but it's going the other way. Marty now gets it around one. Can he find a touch? We see misses, and that's going in! Lasky with 2 seconds left takes the lead.
Can we stay on it?
Is it? Oh my gosh! Bob Slater!
Holding on, he's up. Can he get it? Oh, what a pinch by the defenders.
Oh my God! On net! He does it!
Going to game number 6.
Throw this man a parade through Fargo.
Field tackle is awkward. He passes it to Rensick. 5-kill fall. It's on the save. It's on the goal line, and it's gonna go in.
Now Dusty a little bit awkward, gets a nice touch, that's a great pass! Mitch! What a pass by Dusty, great presence, great comms, what a play by Resurgence.
Yeah, I was hoping that Cargo Space might have been able to...
Oh, right here, it's open! Legendary! That's legendary, ties up to
But no one is really there for distortion as Isa is actually able to reach it in time in 58. Green guy off the corner. That's a nasty angle! That is a gross solo play.
JD Bauer gets a nice 50 on him. Can he follow up with a center?
Yes, he is. Center.
It's one that's on! Oh! What a pass!
Ladies and gentlemen, your Dipsy winners father.
And here the fake comes out from Dorm. Oh my god!
Philo Tactics are your Division B grand champions here. Take your trophy.
We're stuck in their half a run. 50 seconds left. Now staring down a possible advantage. Rensick coming off the backboard. Please do it. He's got the follow-up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more Dakota Collegiate Rocket League action. Trying to get things set up right behind the scenes real quick to be ready in time for this series. So if there's anything that happens that's scuffed, I do apologize. We'll get it fixed as soon as possible. I might also disconnect a couple times if you're new here. That's a pretty well-known fact. So my internet is a little splotchy sometimes whenever I stream. So just a couple warnings to start off the stream, but I am joined here tonight by my main man here, Blasky. Thank you so much for joining me, man.
Of course, anytime. I'm trying to get as many casting opportunities as I can this season. It was a little lackluster last season, but I'm trying to pick it up this time around.
Absolutely love to see it. I mean, we need the help. We need the help, right? I mean, with K-Tool being gone, he's gonna be back eventually, but he's been going on vacations and stuff like that. But we definitely have to step up that side of things a little bit, don't get me wrong. So I'm super glad to have the help. We are a little bit behind schedule getting things set up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly toss it over to this screen here. As you can see on screen here, there's no stats. It's week number 1, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the first time we see both of these teams play, but I do believe that sorry, okay, never mind. I do believe, like I said, this is going to be the first time seeing both of these teams. I'm just going to go over the members of each team on this screen here. So the first team we will be having is Boost Injectors. This is Division B. Don't think I really mentioned this yet. And their name is Boost Injectors. The captain, Criplify, ends up going back down to Division B. You know, he's Division A last semester, but with just, I mean, there's just so many crazy players that joined the semester that Div A ended up filling up pretty quick. So Cripplify becomes a captain here down in Div B, and he does pick a couple of his buddies in Katza and Ojin 5. Both of them are longtime members. I think Katza, actually I think he's only played one season, but the one season he did play, for anybody that remembers, he won the whole thing in Division B. So huge props to him. And then Ojin 5, he is an OG guy. I think he lives with Cripplify, so he's joining him on the squad. This team to me is somewhat unknown to me, Blasky. I mean, we were talking a little bit before the stream started. When we sit here and look at the composition of all these teams, it's crazy down the board. I mean, Division B, we said it yesterday's stream, it's going to be so competitive. I do know that Cripplify reached a little bit for these guys, and I think a lot of people are doubting them, but you're one of the believers, Blasky. Can you give us a little bit of an explanation, what you see in these guys?
So I played with Crip a lot, whether it be through just playing Sixers or we were on the same team for MNCS last season, now known as MCS, and it's just I really believe in Crip, and he definitely had a plan going into the draft. He reached in terms of the stats and where everyone's ranked. But we've seen Katza play. He had one of the most memorable moments from LAN, not last season, but the previous season. And I think he knows that he's getting someone that could peak really, really high. He's picking some teammates with really high ceilings. And obviously that comes with a lot of risk because there are players that have higher floors available. But I really think that if these players are playing as well as they can be, they could be the best team in the division.
Hey, I mean, that's a great overview, man. I mean, seriously. I mean, Cripplify, like you said, he's one of the guys that takes this stuff seriously. He takes the draft seriously. He puts in effort into, researching and stuff like that. But, so that, ladies and gentlemen, will be Boost Injectors. I'm going to quickly toss it over to the next team here, which is going to be Break Failure. Again, ex-Dusty. He was a Div B captain last semester. So he's coming back as a captain once again. And he's joined by Urban Living, who ended up falling insanely low, in my opinion, in this whole draft. I mean, he doesn't even become a Div B captain, so he was a first overall draft in Div B. Dusty picks him up, and then he's those two are accompanied by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Adam or Skull. So this team, and in my opinion, looking very deadly, especially because of the fact of Urban Living being that second man spot, right? I do know for a fact that this man literally solo queued, I think it was a couple days ago, to 1500 to GC level, and he wasn't even a captain in Div B. And to me, that's pretty crazy stuff. So I'm really excited to see how how this team plays and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, Blasky. I think I kind of already know what your answer is gonna be here, but what is your caster prediction here? What do you think this series is gonna end up coming out as?
I think it will be a little interesting because it's going to be the first series that we see either of these teams. And both teams clearly have a lot of synergy. I mean, you have Break Failure, all NDSU players, and then you have the Boost Injectors that, they're all friends. But I think I'm going to go with Boost Injectors in Game 4. It's going to be a 3-1 game. I don't know the exact order, but that's my prediction.
All right, bet. Well, I always have to go opposite of you. I'm going to go ahead and go Break Failure. Did you say Break Failure? No, you didn't, right?
I said Boost Injectors.
You said Boost Injectors. Okay, that's what I thought. But ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we are getting ready to get in game here. Game number 1 of this best of 5 series starting here between Boost Injectors and Break Failure.
Yeah, one thing to note, as of late, from what I've seen the last couple seasons of everything that I've seen Crippen, he has turned up the demos even more than previous. I'm excited to see if that stays the way that it has been, considering now he's a captain. He's supposed to be that one man. And as I say that, he gets murdered straight out the gate. Katza takes it up the wall, tries to peek already, gets blocked by Dusty. And this is what I mean when I say that they have a high ceiling, and it totally depends on how they're feeling, the momentum they have. I'm really excited to see how they go throughout the season.
Yeah, and already I'm seeing a lot of demos coming out, between both of these guys coming up from Break Failure. Skull has an open net, puts it off of both posts there, can't find Can't find the last touch there, but he's going to hit this one in the midfield. Looks like Katza has a free touch in the dominance. Tries to get it over to Ojin. Can't find it, but Urban gets a nice challenge. Cripplefly is last man back. It's a nice touch over in his own corner. He's going to maybe try and follow this one out, but X-Dusty gets a nice beat. Katza in a good position, though. Gets a huge bang. Cripplefly's up. Gets a 50 with Urban living. This one's going to find its way over Urban with some good car control. Gets a second touch. X-Dusty double commits, but it ends up working out, and they get the beat over Katza, and Break Failure striking first here in game number 1.
One thing I do want to mention that is an incredibly underrated feature of this Break Failure team is that they seem very consistent so far. You know, they're making the touches they need to make, especially like Urban right there. Like, that was such a critical hit, and it's really easy to crack under the pressure. As I say that, Urban misses the ball. Crip also doesn't get a touch, but Dusty gets into the corner, gets pinched out. Another demo, and opposite of what I thought was going to come out. Break Failure coming in heavy with the aggressiveness and bumps and demos. And you know me, you know my play style. I love seeing that. I think it's a very vital part of the game that's just incredibly underutilized.
It's
so
OP.
it really works out great. And so I'm hoping that it continues this way. I want to see some records be broken. As we see Ojin 5
do agree.
passes out. He's backwards. Kicks it up, Cripplifies there. He bangs it to Ojin, passes up, backboard. Dusty's awkward. Crip hits it into the corner. Kind of got a reset here as we get a 50. It goes up the wall. It's Urban's ball now. Gets 50'd again. And just a lot of stalls here and a little bit of awkwardness. Again, it is a feeler game. First game of the season for both these teams. You kind of just got to see how people at your division are going to play. From what I've noticed when I play my first games, it's totally different than what you would expect, as Urban gets a nice goal, dunks it in, pass from Dusty, and oh, did my game freeze? My game froze. You got this.
Really? Your game froze? That's crazy.
Yeah.
There, we should have some game audio now. I think I just play really quiet. So for those of you watching, hopefully you have some game audio, but looks like Blasky might have disconnected. Are you in the game still, or are you just fully frozen?
It just totally froze. I'm going to reset real quick.
Okay, sounds good. All good. But right off the kickoff here, Break Failure gets their second goal here of the series. Cripplefly gets it midfield for Ojin, and they get their first goal of the series here. A good setup play there by Cripplefly to get it to his roommate Ojin, and it looks like Skull not able to find the touch off the backboard. X-Dusty just a little bit too late on that touch, and Boost Injectors find their first goal with just over 2 minutes left. And it's definitely looking a little bit exciting between these two teams. I'm really excited to see how this one goes, as Ojin 5 almost gets a huge dookie right on the goal line, but hits it off the crossbar. But looks like Skull is going to control this one off the corner, but Katza is in a great position here. It's awkward. X-Dusty with a beautiful touch into his own corner. Ojin going to take his time. Only has 31 boost in the tank to work with here. Puts it off the backboard, but X-Dusty, the captain, reads that one perfectly. Cripplefly, an awkward touch. Leaves it for Urban Living. Maybe a chance here for Break Failure, but Katza shuts that one down on the goal line. Conserves some good amount of boost here. Ojin can't make a touch here. X-Dusty almost there, almost able to capitalize. And right off the bat, I'm noticing both these teams just kind of throwing haymakers at each other. But Blasky, are you in the party still, or are you relaunched?
No, if you want to shoot me an invite.
Yep.
Yeah, what I've noticed, that crossbar bounce out was such an unfortunate bounce, and they really could have used that to keep the momentum going. But they are keeping it close. They haven't been scored on again, as we see some good passing plays come out from Boost Injectors, but it gets shut down early. And it's a really close match. I know that the MMR said it wasn't really going to be, but like I said, I think Div B is going to be a slugfest this season.
Yeah, and Katza just finds an opening there in the defense of Break Failure. And, third man maybe caught a little bit too far up there. Katza from his own end gets a nice hook shot there, puts that one in. Skull can't get back, and Boost Injectors tie it up with a minute to go. Yeah,
I mean, it's as close as it can get, and honestly, I would love an overtime, because I just love seeing how players, do they have the ice in their veins, because that's such a critical part of playing in this league, especially when you get towards playoffs and LAN. It's the overtimes that really tell a team's story. So hopefully, I want to see a game with overtime.
Yeah, I would love to see that too for the content. And so far, as far as game one goes, it's looking pretty close so far. Skull gets a nice clear, maybe a pass out to Dusty. That one might be on the net, but Cripplefly, beautiful save off the backboard. But I mean, that was a great chance from Break Failure. But now Skull has a little bit of boost in the tank, gets around Ogen. There's nobody back. Oh, can't find the touch mid. Can't find the centering pass, but Urban keeping up the pressure in the midfield here. And a little bit of bumping coming out. Cripplefly looking a little bit awkward, but Ogen might try and find a pass up. Cripplefly, the leading blocker, doesn't find anybody. And you mentioned that those 50 demos from Cripplefly are going to be absolutely deadly once he starts finding those. But with 4 seconds to go, this one might go to OT. 1 second to go. Katza will just let it fall. And already game number 1, we find ourselves in an overtime.
Exactly what I was looking for. Some interesting kickoffs. Urban floating. Katza bangs it right towards the net. Cripplefy's there for the redirect. Just misses it. As Skull gets the ball now. Kicks it down to Dusty. He hits it into the corner. Tries to get the double. Ogen is there to meet him. Katza fakes Urban out, but he gets a little touch off to the side. Dusty trying to demo Ogen here. Bumps one. Crip gets the 50. 2 people up. Skull kicks it out. And Skull, again, dribbling the ball. And I want to see a little bit more containment from both these teams, because I've seen a lot of boomer ball, and it's a lot of punishing here for some of these goals. But Crip bangs it out, Skull takes it, and Katza catches the ball, kicks it at the wall. Perfect pop opportunity, but Ogen kicks it down to Katza, gets 50 to Dusty. A little awkward. Skull, Crip with the demo. Katza kicks it up the wall again. And it's just a lot of 50s. Everyone is just on the ball. I'm loving the speed of Div B already. It's really peaked up as Ogen gets a free goal underneath. What an awkward bounce. That's such an unlucky a read that you have to make. And you got to feel bad for that. I've definitely felt that so many times before, as Ogen gets a nice goal off of that one. Boost Injectors take the first game of the series.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that bounce, I mean, that setup by Katza, right? He gets a nice hard shot right into the corner, that top corner of the arena there. And I mean, those are so hard to read. I definitely don't blame Skull for not being able to read that one, but it's a beautiful setup by Katza. I mean, Ogen 5 coming out up on top fragging for Boost Injectors, coming out with a couple goals himself. But I do think a lot of it was set up by Cripplefy, the captain. I mean, you see him as that lead blocker, the first man. That's kind of the role he's played on most of his teams, and he's really good at it. He is really good at finding those demos, and he's not just blatantly chasing demos either. That's the thing. He likes to use them wisely, and I think we're gonna find a lot of those Cripplefy demos and disruption plays in the rest of the series.
No, absolutely. If I've ever learned one thing about playing with Crip and watching him play over the couple of years, is that he is an enabler. He is such a pass first and just demo the goalie type of player. Very similar to my play style. I got a lot of love for Crip. So I love seeing that it's less frowned upon as it used to be.
Yeah, no.
We get another shot. Dusty gets a nice block, and like I said, it's gonna be a lot of demos again, and both these teams are gonna have to learn how to dodge the demos to make it out of this series alive.
I completely agree. Ogen gets a nice pinch off of the sidewall here, not able to find another one out of the corner. Urban tries to get around Cripplefy, but Cripplefy gets a beautiful touch, recovers, and gets a pass midfield, but Skull cuts that one off early. This one's a 1v1 situation, just ends up putting it on net. Ogen is actually there as well as Dusty trying to get a hold of that one, but looks like Katza might have a 50 opportunity, but Skull gets it over one. Ogen is last man back. He's going to try and go out of his own corner. Gets a nice touch into the off of a sidewall there. Cripplefy banging this one into his own corner again, but Urban with some nice midfield pressure, keeping this one in. Both of these teams just hitting it back and forth right now as finally Katza gets the ball over his own half. Ogen's going to pop this one high, save some boost here. Cripplefy with a little bit of space, but gets quickly shut down by Urban Living. This one's going to bounce awkwardly. Katza doesn't find the touch, and might have been an opportunity if Urban could have slotted that one.
Yeah, again, the demos are the saving grace of this team so far, as Crip gets a touch up. Not enough boost to make a play, but enough to make them think he will. As Skull kicks it out in the middle, and Dusty flies up. Doesn't, again, same setup here. Not enough boost, but Crip takes it off the wall. A little awkward, but he gets a boost pad. Urban kicks it out mid. Ogen pops up to Crip. Back down. And
no boost.
A little bit of a fake. Katza 50s with Dusty here. Kicks out mid. Skull gets a shot off. Crip kicks it to the corner to Ogen. And really satisfying. These passing plays that both teams are trying to pull out. I mean, we saw it earlier. It was what, Dusty and Urban. Oh my goodness, as it almost gets slotted. Crips hits to the corner. But as I was saying, both these teams are trying some really, really like sick looking, like montage worthy passes, and I'm hoping one of them gets hit this game, just so we have some clips straight up to the start of the season.
That would be absolutely sick. I mean, it seems like they kind of transition. They get into this period of time where they just kind of start booming the ball back and forth to each other, and then all of a sudden, you know, they'll start going for some of these crazy plays. And once they find that rhythm, once they find that groove of going for passes, finding each other on the field, it ends up looking like a lot better Rocket League. But as Ojin goes off the sidewall here, maybe trying to find a pass down midfield, but Katza not able to commit to that one as Urban just pops this one over here, or it looks like Dusty will get a touch on it. This one's going to bounce aimlessly above this blue net. Urban going in for a demo, but I think the corner there ate a little bit of his speed, not able to find it. And now Urban Living forced to try and get back. Dusty is last man back. Can't find the touch as Katza puts it top right. And a beautiful solo play coming up from him.
I gotta feel Urban's pain there.
I do too.
He wanted that demo, and it just did not work. It just turned him away from it, and I felt that so bad. But honestly, good play from Katza turning into him to make sure he didn't get it. As he pops it up again, kicks it into the corner. Another one of these reads that just has to be made, but can't. Is there someone there? Ojen pops it up again. It goes down. Urban Living there to catch it. Kicks it to the mid. Cripplify 50s him. A lot of just immediate pressure on the ball from this Boost Injectors team. As we see Skull kick it out. They could take advantage here. The breakaway. Katza tries to pinch it middle. Crip misses it. Katza misses it. Skull with the easy shot. I mean, you gotta take those where you can. Love to tie it up with a minute 34.
Yeah, I agree. One thing that we always talk about, and I hate putting this pressure on the man, but one thing, when Urban is in the right mental and he's in the right mindset, he is really good at the game. But once he starts getting down on himself, that's when maybe he starts to play a little bit worse. And so I really need to look for this break failure team to maintain their mental and kind of just keep high hopes here. I mean, they just got a freebie, right? They got the game tying goal. We cannot let that get away from them. As Skull gets a nice touch off of the backboard here. Almost finds another, but Ojin going to keep the midfield presence up here. Hits it right to Dusty, though, who has good backboard positioning. Cripplify pops this one up high. Urban gets a pop into the midfield here. Double commit coming out from Katza and Ojin. And Skull may be able to commit here. Oh, almost finds a goal line. Cripplify with an awkward touch off the backboard. Tried to get that to roll up, but ends up almost centering. But looks like his teammates are able to pick up the slack. This one's going to bounce off the corner. Ojin might have a solo play here. Oh my goodness, it goes off the corner, and Ojin reads the corner and finds the second goal here for Boost Injectors. Beautiful stuff.
Gotta love that read. I mean,
yeah.
Even
Jeez.
Dcrl misses that one 5 out of 5 times, so good read on him for that post bounce.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I want to comment on too is, I mentioned it, Ojin has taken a break from Dcrl, same with Katza, right? And I do know that Cripplify, you know, they're buddies. They have some good chemistry together when they play. But I'm very impressed with both Ojin and Katza's abilities. I thought maybe we'd see a little bit of rust, maybe a shell of them former selves, if you will. But tonight, I mean, they've been looking absolutely fantastic. And almost see another goal here from Katza, but Urban gets a nice clear out with 20 seconds to go. Break failure desperately need to get something going here as Skull gets a nice clear downfield, but it's off the net. Katza not able to find the touch. Might be a little bit awkward here. Dusty might find it mid. Urban's there, and he gets the goal with 11 seconds to go. Break failure, tie it up.
Oh my goodness. I mean, way to keep it as close as possible, and what a fantastic read from Urban to just shoot that as soon as possible. He knew he had to get it over one, and he placed that perfectly, so good on him. And 11 seconds left. Do we see another overtime?
I don't know, dude. That'd be absolutely crazy. Let's not jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
True. As we see Katza kick it out middle. No one's there. Oh, Ojin kicks it up. Tries to pass it middle. He gets it up. Urban brings it down. Skull catches it. Oh my god.
End it.
Skull.
End it, Skull. Oh man. I was hoping for it.
That would have been peak.
But yeah, game number 2, we see another overtime, bro. What is going on here? This is so close. Urban has a good opportunity. Gets absolutely shut down by Katza, but Dusty with a nice fast follow-up here. But both members of Boost Injectors on the backboard. Ojan not able to find the second touch on that one as Urban pops this one up. Maybe for his teammate Skull, maybe trying to find it mid, but Crip is waiting patiently. And already 20 seconds into this overtime break failure, laying on the pressure.
One thing I've noticed about this Boost Injectors team is that they are all offense. They are pushing and pressuring at every opportunity. And break failure is so much more defensive and methodical. And it's just great to see 2 different playstyles clash to see which team comes out on top. Because it makes for some really interesting content. Katza kicks it out middle.
Does.
Skull hits into the corner. Does Crip get a touch here? He leaves it. Urban beats him to the ball. Off the back wall. Dusty middle. Urban tries to take the shot. It gets popped up. Every single person went for the ball there. As it gets kicked up. Katza catches the ball. 50s. We see Skull with the free one. Urban goes up for the redirect. No one touches. Katza pops it up. Dusty's there. We see a 50. I mean, it's just as close as possible with every touch. And Crip hits it into the corner. So you can see Dusty just waiting back patiently. Pops it down to his teammate, but he turns away. Katza catches it. 50 over 1. Ojan's a little awkward. He bangs it out. Fantastic touch, but Dusty's there. It goes down. Does he read it? It's Dusty with the goal. And again, another game ending off of just an interesting top of the bounce.
Actually, yeah. Same way, off the top part of the arena up there, off that corner. And I mean, crazy shot coming out from Dusty. He pretty much was that a pass to himself, pretty much?
Yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, just beautiful stuff coming up from break failure there as they finally find themselves in a winning position. They, I'm loving, like you said, this dynamic between both of these teams with. One with Boost Injectors just being so aggressive on their challenges, so aggressive offensively, and break failure is just, like you said, a little bit more methodical and a little bit more defensive, right? I think we saw a little bit of Urban living, maybe with about a minute left in that game. I think we saw a little bit of desperation come from him. I think he wants there to be a little bit more aggression. I noticed it a couple times throughout that game where he kind of cuts off a rotation here or there, and I think it's just because he feels that lack of pressure when they do have that offensive or have the ball in his opponent's half. So I do think that if break failure can have a little bit more pressure and a little bit more urgency offensively, I think they'll find a lot more opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of a tempo change. You don't even have to stick with one or the other for the whole game. You can keep switching it up. It really throws your opponents for a loop and makes it a lot harder to read. So I think that's really what was the game changer for them there at the end of that game. As Skull kicks it up. Katza is the only one there. Catches it. We see a 50 come out. Nope. Katza gets it over 1. Katza gets it over 2. He tries to hit it middle. Ojan there, but Crip is the one to hit it. As we see a miss come out, that could be vital as Ojan gets a free goal out of that. A nice pop-up by Crip. And just unfortunate. I mean, I think Urban just didn't really have the boost or something. Dusty wasn't ready for that miss, and I mean, it's just the little mistakes like that that's going to really bite you, but you can't let it get to your head. You got to just say, it was a one-off, keep her going. And we see Urban kicking up the pressure a little bit more. As you said, he's just pushing everything, which I just love to see. Skull gets a shot. Dusty kicks it into the corner. Crip meets him there. A little bit more methodical play from Crip here. Gets it over 1. Ojan has the ball. Gets it over another. But no opportunity to shoot. I mean, yeah, what I really want to point out is how much Ojan has played so well for this team so far. I mean, he has, 4 or 5 goals this series already?
Right.
Oh my god, as Katz almost sneaks it in. And if you can get that coming out of your third man, Crip gets a goal. I don't know if that was a fake on all of them or what, but it just looked really cool watching all of them go past.
Oh no.
But yeah, as I was saying, if you can get Ojan, your third man, to be averaging that many goals a series, even throughout the whole series, if he had that, it would be impressive. But he has that within 2 games or 2.5 games as Skull gets another goal. This one off the kickoff. I mean, just a fantastic follow-up. good on
Yeah.
him for also following Dusty. I mean, you just have to power through him. 2 is better than 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm noticing one thing right now. All right, that triple fake, if you will, comes out. Man, they are just not looking lively in those cams right now, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you what, right now, they need, if they want any chance of winning this series, they need to reset mentally. They cannot let that type of thing get to them. They need to be able to, I mean, that's a big part of being, you know, a competitive player. Almost a beautiful demo play coming out. But I mean, as I was saying, they just need to be able to reset, reconvene, and regain from when something like that does happen. But Katza almost finds a great shot on net. Urban, I don't know if he's going to be able to get back to it. Ogen with a great challenge off the wall. Cripplefy not able to get around that one, but going to be able to challenge off the wall here, but ends up popping it high for Urban. He gets a touch into the midfield, but Ogen gets a nice clear out. Katza waiting upfield, might get a pass over to Cripplefy. Cripplefy puts it off the backboard, but beautiful backboard defense coming up from Dusty, but Katza laying on that midfield pressure, keeps the ball in this orange half. Double commit coming out from Boost Injectors, could be bad here. Skull finds a touch towards the net. Ogen is last man back. He'll take his time, but Dusty with a shot, puts it on net, and they find their game tying goal here. And you absolutely love to see that. Some beautiful play coming from Skull and Urban there. And the finisher from Dusty. They find the game tying goal with just under 3 minutes left.
Yeah, I love the slowdown that Dusty did there, because if he shot it too quick, I think Katza was expecting that, and that's why Katza had missed the ball when he slowed down and hit it just above him, or like just behind him, is that you just don't expect that, and that was just a really smart play from him. As we see Urban 50 into the middle, Ogen and Skull get it into the blue corner. So Ogen takes it off, bangs it out. Urban a little awkward, takes it up the wall. Ogen tries to meet him there, gets it over one. Crip bangs at the net. Dusty hits it but doesn't have another touch. Katza a little bit of a whiff. The Skull just shoots it. Dusty goes for the bump. Ogen there to save it though. And again, I mean, a lot of demo attempts. I've yet to see one directly result in a goal, I'm pretty sure, but we've seen a lot of close ones.
Yeah, they've definitely been going for them quite a bit, as you mentioned. But again, I think since game number 1, we've seen significantly less demos. They've kind of, the way they felt out this game, they've just kind of either slowed down or stopped thinking about all the demos. It seemed like game number 1, they were coming out hot. And now haven't really seen that here, you know, games 2 and 3 but Dusty gets a nice clear out of his own half, but Ogen maintains his ball in this orange half. It's a little bit awkward. The Urban can't find the touch off the backboard, and it looks like Skull gonna take his time a little bit. Katza puts this one back. Dusty able to get back here, but Katza with another good 50. But Urban finds a clear out, but Cripplefy's just gonna put this one on net. Dusty looks a little bit awkward, but Urban with a great touch, making it a little bit awkward for Ogen. Looks like Urban might continue out here, but Katza getting a nice touch. Skull challenges a little bit early, but able to get that one around. And now it's a 1v1 situation. Ogen pops this one over to the side, but gets a beautiful read. Would have been a great opportunity for Urban Living, but Ogen with a great read off the sidewall there.
Absolutely, and again, Ogen is playing out of his mind this series. I mean, we were talking about Urban being like an absolute difference maker, being the X factor in this game. Who would have thought that it would really come down to Ogen being the X factor for Boost Injectors? I mean, it's phenomenal. You see him try to pass it down. Katza kicks it middle. Urban bangs it out. Skull's there, but Crip beats him to the ball. And I mean, it's so fast paced nowadays for Div B, and I just love seeing the evolution of Dcrl over the last few seasons. Of just agree. The improvement of each division individually is just so awesome. So you see Skull bang it out. Dusty's there, pops it over one. Does he have the boost for it as Ogen just misses the save? I mean, that's just unfortunate. 24 seconds left. Again, it's another one you just have to dust off and really turn on the jets for the last 24 seconds if you want to tie this up.
Yeah, I agree, but Urban, I'm seeing him with his face in his hand still after they're up with the game-tying goal. You got to get hype, bro. You got to get in the right mindset. But with 20 seconds to go, break failure, find themselves in a great spot here. Great pass from Dusty. Skull gets up nice and early, but almost gets a goal from it with 10 seconds to go. Doesn't look like break failure are actually going to press the brakes at all here. With 4 seconds to go, Dusty pops it down mid. Oh no, this one's going down low, but Urban with a potentially game-saving save there, but this one's still up. Looks like, oh my goodness gracious, Katza, the GOAT, gets a 0-second goal to tie this one up. I did not think that was going to happen, but we all know that Katza has that dog in him, bro. We knew he had that in him.
Oh my god, again, I mean, when the world needed him most, Katza does what he does best. And just gets the game to really go in his favor there. As we see the ball bounce up. What a shot from Dusty. 5 seconds into overtime.
Well, just like that, overtime's over. The third overtime in the row, by the way, but a beautiful pop coming from Dusty. And break failure run away with this one after a rough start here to game number 3, but they end up taking it. So beautiful, beautiful stuff coming from break failure. But I mean, what a way. I mean, seriously, you for boost injectors, right? Katza gets the gets the 0-second goal, and then all of a sudden the ball's right back in your net again and game's over. I mean, that has got to be a hard thing to endure as a team.
Yeah, the emotional roller coaster. You just have to get over it. And I mean, it's match point now, so you just gotta hope. And can we talk about Dusty leading the way? 3 goals, an assist, and 5 saves. I mean, dude, what an amazing game for him. He really just put the team on his back that time around. And
look at this guy's points. He almost drops 1,000. I mean, okay. I always say points definitely don't mean everything, but when you got somebody dropping close to 1,000 points, it definitely means something. I mean, that's Remzik level carry, if you ask me. I mean, seriously, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's bad. If you can add any 2 players from the game other than Dusty and it doesn't equal his points, I think you could say that he was definitely playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I agree.
You got to give him props for that one. That was an amazing game for him.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, he's definitely showing the reason why he was a captain. And I really liked what I saw from break failure, but it was a really rough start to the season, right? Or not season, game number 3 there, where, you know, the triple fake, whatever you want to call it. But they were able to regain. I talked about it a little bit. Urban almost finds the open net goal there, can't quite find it. But we talk about the regain mentally, and I think they did a barely good enough job of doing it. But they need to maintain this one and not let boost injectors tie it up here 2-2 in the series. As Urban gonna try and get another shot on goal. Ojin gets another 50, but Dusty has a little bit of time and space. Katza respecting it. Ojin almost own goals. Gonna follow this one up here, maybe get a 50, but looks like break failure just giving them space, but Skoll with the great 50, but not enough power for that one to go in the net there. A good demo. There's another demo. We haven't really seen much of that. Urban gets 2 in a row, clears out this defense, but a beautiful backboard save coming out from Cripplify there. I mean, some good demos coming out, and we're noticing the demos all of a sudden coming out from break failure. That's 3 on under a minute. I don't think we saw 1 last game, and Dusty capitalizing, and I think it is a result of these demos coming out from break failure, just opening up those rotations, making it very awkward, and Dusty just gets a nice beat there, going up 1-0 in game number 4.
Exactly. When you have 1 or 2 players every few seconds just getting reset on their boost, they don't know what side they're going to spawn on. You just send their team into a panic, and I think that, like you said, is the direct result of how that goal happened. And Crip tries to do the exact same thing. It almost works out, but it ends up being, break failure's ball as it gets popped up. Katza's last man back. Urban just misses the shot. Dusty just misses it too. Oh my goodness, you hate to see it. Dusty, though, off the back wall. Does he have a teammate there? No, Urban's a little farther back than he had intended for. And we see it get popped off backboard. No one's there. Oh my goodness, we're seeing a little bit of awkwardness this time around. Both teams don't want to mess up, and in doing so, they're sitting further back and not getting the ball. And it's interesting to watch. You can see the panic from both teams. Neither of them want to make the first mistake.
Yeah, I agree. It's really one thing I want to mention. It's really funny to me. It's like one person will get a couple of demos, and then the whole field goes, "Oh, there's demos in this game," and then they remember. And then all of a sudden, here in game number 4, it's like, "Oh, we remember that there's demos in this game," and now they're flying out of the gate right now. And just this overall speed, the intensity of this game number 4, I think is definitely felt by boost injectors. You know, they're down, staring the series end in the face. And I can sense the intensity coming out from Boost Injectors as Cripify gets a nice double touch there. I don't know if you want to call it that off the backboard as Katza going to maintain this pressure, but Dusty with some great backboard defense there. Cripify pops this one midfield, but Ojin a little bit slow to the challenge, ends up getting it with Urban though. Katza going to bang this one into the corner. This is going to be awkward. Skull forced to make a touch in the corner, and he does. And that boost spawns perfectly for him, and he gets a huge pinch, but Katza somehow reads that touch, and Cripify is up. Oh, but a great save by Dusty to put that one off to the side. And Ojin with a nice early challenge. Katza comes zooming in, but Urban with a nice beat, but Cripify waiting patiently. Might find another one, but Skull with a great defensive touch saves that goal from happening. A good body play there, takes the body on that one. Knocks that one all the way, Cripify off of his own wall. A nice 50 in Dusty's favor here. This one's gonna be awkward, but Owen, who else other than Ojin 5 with a great defensive touch?
And I mean, it's been so much time off the clock just for break failure to score again. That one's gotta hurt. I mean, the momentum, you can feel it. It's not Boost Injectors, corner right now. It is going the opposite direction for them, and break failure is taking advantage. They just will not stop.
Yeah, no, ever since the start of game number 4, we've felt that pressure, but Ojin finds a kickoff goal there. Dusty not able to find the touch, and I think that is exactly what Boost Injectors needed right there. I think this goal is going to definitely sway the momentum that break failure has going right now.
Absolutely, and a minute 43, that's a lot of time. There's a lot of goals that could happen. I mean, we watched a goal happen within 5 seconds of overtime last game, so we could see several goals happen as he tries to pass it to Crip, but Katz is there first, kicks it off the top, and Urban bangs it out with a nice clear, and Ojin off the backboard. Is Skull gonna get this read? He misses it, but Urban Living gets a nice clear again, and now we're seeing some more passing play attempts come out, and it makes me wonder. I mean, most of the goals have come off of just solo plays, despite how many team plays we've seen. Urban gets an open net essentially, and that one. I mean, there's a minute and 8 left. There's still enough time, but man, I mean, as a team, that one has to hurt because there was no one there even challenging that, and that's one that they want back.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit before. I think Boost Injectors, they're such an offensively minded team. When they have offensive pressure, it's definitely very scary. They're so aggressive, but defensively, I think they've been falling apart. And I think Ojin just wasn't able to find the touch off the backboard there. And Dusty gets the fourth goal here for break failure. And with 58 seconds to go, I'm definitely not going to write them off fully yet. But I mean, with that goal, I think that's going to kind of be some pretty big ice for this team.
Yeah, it's looking rough. Luckily for Boost Injectors, they are such an offensive-heavy team. Any team's going to pull this off. It's going to be them. As we see the pass to Crip. Gets a shot off. Skull there, but he doesn't get the save. Exactly as I was saying. I mean, if any team's going to do it, it's going to be the team that's all offense. And the passing play just bangs it. Skull just barely misses it. And, I mean, now it's looking a lot closer than it was a second ago. It's a lot less grim.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, 2 goal. Oh my goodness, another one.
Another one.
Katza.
4 seconds left. I mean, this is definitely a lot closer now than it was. That is exactly
why I said I wasn't gonna write this one off yet, because like you said, you made a very good point. This team is all offense, so if anybody's gonna be able to make it happen, it's gonna be this team. They come within 1 goal, but now it's up to break failure to just hold on to this lead, but they're giving them space. They cannot be doing this right now. They're giving them a little bit of space. They need to still be aggressive defensively. And looks like Urban Living able to put this one into the blue half here. This is going to waste a lot of time. Much needed time for Boost Injectors, but gets a nice early challenge from Dusty. That is exactly what they need. They just need to keep this pressure up and stop giving Boost Injectors so much space, as Skull just, again, taking his time a little bit. And gets a 50 midfield here. This one's going to bounce up high. Urban's up early, but a double commit comes out from break failure. This could be catastrophic. Skull goes missing, and no one's here. This could be catastrophic. Cripplify puts it off the backboard, but the captain X Dusty gets a nice touch into the corner. 1 second to go here. The ball goes up above this orange net. Cripplify is up, but Urban Living shuts that one down, and break failure able to come out on top here, getting winning the series here in 4 games. Good last game coming from break failure.
I mean, Yeah, every single game was so close. I mean, every single game was a one-score game, was it not? I mean, that
It
was
was
as close as
it
the
was
series could be.
it was
Just
three
about.
it was three overtimes and then a 1-goal difference to end it in game 4.
I mean, that was fantastic. And it's really funny because you don't see this very often, but there was not a single player in that series who was just underwhelming. Everyone
Right.
had their moments, and it was so bad. So, I mean, fantastic
agree.
game from both teams. And, Breakfielder takes it 3-1.
Yes, sir. But ladies and I just saw someone leave. Who was that?
That was Travis.
Oh, it was Travis. Okay, I forgot. Kind of faked me out there. But ladies and gentlemen, Break Failure are here. Your winners here of week number 1 for these guys. It was a little bit of a rough start for you guys. I noticed. I could tell in the the gameplay, all that stuff. It was a little bit of a slower start, but you guys ended up picking it up and getting the dub. I'm gonna go ahead and toss it over to the man who was popping off all game, X Dusty. I mean, seriously, multiple over. I mean, I think I saw at least 3 games where you had 600 points plus on the board. One where you almost got 1,000. I mean, seriously. I mean, you played out of your mind. What's this team comp like to you, and what went into the thought process of picking these guys?
I didn't really have any thought process, to be honest. I just chose the highest guy. And, ended up working out, and yeah, at the beginning we just had to kind of feel them out and just figure out what their weaknesses were, and then just keep the pressure up.
Well, nice. I mean, I think you guys did a fantastic job of doing so. Blasky and I, we were commenting on it pretty much all game long. There was a large difference between your guys' play style and Boost Injectors. They were very, very aggressive and offensively minded, whereas you guys were a little bit more methodical and a little bit more defensive with your play style. And it was really fun to watch the two different play styles collide. I mean, it was 3 overtimes in a row, and then the last game comes down to a 1-goal difference. I mean, you can't ask for much better games. They're pretty close all the way around. Blasky, you got any questions for these guys?
Yeah, Urban. There's one thing that we noticed was that there were some times where, again, there was a lot more of a passive gameplay from your team, and you just turned up the speed a little bit more. You were a lot more aggressive. Was that something that you mentioned in comms, or was that something that you were just like, listen, I just gotta start going? Because I think it was game 2 that you guys just really turned up the heat in the last minute, and it gave you that win. Or is that just something that happened naturally?
Yeah, because my problem is I always give everybody too much credit. I think, like, people tell me you shouldn't worry about them when they give you a reason to worry about them, kind of deal. So I mean, game 1, I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we lost the first game. I forgot about that. So it was game 2. Yeah, I mean, I just like game 1, I felt like me and Dusty were putting on some heat. I just wanted Skull to push up more. He was just kind of sitting too far back. And then game 2 we adjusted, and that worked. Then game 3 I didn't do much because I was just playing so passive. And I'll be honest, they were whiffing a ton, okay? Like, I'm expecting them to hit it a certain way, and then when you miss, now I'm out of position, and then they have someone, since they play super aggressive, they have someone there, so I just felt lost. And I'm like, I'm just gonna play the miss now every time, game 4, and just be aggressive or ego, stuff like that. And it just worked out a lot better for us. And then, yeah, I was able to get a lot of passes to Dusty and stuff, so it just kind of worked out. But I think I just need to be more aggressive like usual instead of be passive, because it just seems to work out better.
Yeah, I mean, I think you highlighted it perfectly. We noticed. I mean, I already commented on it once. You guys are definitely, going into games 1 and 2. Like I said, there was a snapping point or a moment that I noticed where it was like Urban, like 3 challenges in a row, just one back to back. I'm like, I think Urban's trying to pick up the pace a little bit here. He's trying to be a little bit more aggressive, and we noticed it. And I think when that aggressiveness starts coming out, I think you guys excelled. So I mean, good on you guys for making that adjustment and making it happen. So last question here. I'm going to toss it over to the last guy here, Skull. What's it like playing with these two guys? I mean, can you kind of give me a little bit of insight to what the play style is like? What's going through your mind as kind of that like more passive third man on this team?
Yeah, I'm kind of just trying to fill in the gaps. Dusty's really, really good as far as speed and like shooting and everything. Urban, just having a guy who's played up in Div A before, and you know, he seems like he's always back when I need him to be back. Like his rotations are really solid, so it's always nice knowing that like, oh, I can push up for this because I know Urban's gonna be back, and I know he's always watching. Yeah, I'm kind of just trying to fill in where I'm needed, listen to what the boys are telling me.
Absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, these are your winners. Break failure, take the dub. I mean, it must feel pretty good, right? You guys gotta definitely celebrate a little bit. I mean, you get the dub in week 1. It was a close battle nonetheless, but I mean, you guys gotta feel good after that one. Hopefully, you guys can carry this momentum into week number 2. Do you guys know who you face yet? Okay.
I don't remember off the top of my
Image,
head.
I believe.
Missing
That
Image.
sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be Ali. We saw them play yesterday.
Oh, you face Doughboys. Scout, Sleepy, and Rooney.
Ooh.
Huh.
Okay.
Could be good. I like
I
that.
had it pulled up right here, so I was gonna ask the same thing.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's so interesting because we have a lot of returning members in Div B. There's not a lot of new guys, not a lot of new faces, and to see everybody get jumbled up on new teams and stuff, it's super fun to watch. So I'm excited to see the results of week 2 and see how you guys can come out. So with that, I think that'll do it. Thank you guys for joining me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for streaming. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for the first series of the night here. I forgot to mention, I didn't mention this in the intro. We're gonna have like 3 separate streams going on tonight. The matches that are being played tonight, they're kind of all over the place. There's one at 7, one at 9, and one at 11, and none of them could move around. They're all stuck in their times due to scheduling concerns. So we're gonna have 3 separate streams tonight. You're gonna get 3 pings for every single one. Nothing we can do about it. So I covered the first one. There's 2 more left to go, so make sure you have notifications on, stuff like that, for the 9 o'clock game, and then we'll have a Div A game later tonight. I think Blasky's playing at 11.
Oh yeah.
So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. And then I think at 9 it's I believe it's a Div C game. So like I said, make sure you guys keep your notifications on, stuff like that. But I mean, overall, a great series coming out there. I mean, multiple close games. I think it was like we've said multiple times. So many. It was fun to watch the different play styles and how they clash and stuff like that. I think it was a great highlight of that happening. So Blasky, I think that will do it here for this first stream of the night. Thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully you join us again, man.
Of course, just let me know.
All right, guys. Like I said, stay tuned in about half hour, 40 minutes, and we'll be back live again. Peace out.